My ankles.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, goodbye, everyone.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Ow. Okay. That's a different... What happened to our narrator man? I will admit, I think the narrator man is trying to kill us. I am quite glad that it didn't turn out this way. Also, the track is, it jumps here. That's not normal. Also, that machine should have crushed the track. Oh. It seems we are starting over. Sort of, maybe? I don't know.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
It's a good question. That is a very good question.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? I don't like that. That is not a nice... Good, it's Stanley's computer. He can get to work here. In this place. Various art assets. Hey, it's the landscape in portrait. That's very nice. Ah, okay, sure. Hey, it's Stanley's desk. He leaves, he comes out here, he's confused. Where's my coworkers? And he proceeds to turn off everyone's computer. And then he... Oh, there's a plaque. There's a plaque. It reads... Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors... Oh. Oh. The first iteration. You know, I've heard that the Stanley Parable is a Half-Life mod before it was a full game. I think that's really cool. So, is this part, the first iteration, it's still true? It's cool. Corridor. The pacing of the opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches two doors in a good time. Ah, clever, clever. Smart. That's game design right there. The two doors. The sight of the two doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Indeed, a lot of my decisions come to which door will I go through this time, and how will I deviate once I'm through. Okay, so are we just in some kind of asset museum? I'm gonna say a museum. Office. We're in a box. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. You hate Mondays? Does that say fail? Fuel. Okay. Ha. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard strokes and a synthesized tone. Ich, ni, san, chi, also go, I'm sorry, also, fuck. Ich, ni, san, chi, Going. Go. Hey, it's the credits. Roll credits. And the impeccable Kevin Brightening as the narrator. Fantastic work, Kevin Brightening. I just call you Kevin, Mr. Narrator. Although, we don't have Kevin, the narrator here. Who do we have? We have someone, not Kevin. Beautiful. Oh, it's the maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. Oh, this must be from the mod, or you know, before this rendered everything properly. Ha! Great. This is great. Oh, am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image. Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? What? The clock might be different? Okay. The point of the Stanley Parable HD Remix is to lose. The point of the Stanley Parable HD Remix is to win. These are screenshots of the Stanley Parable HD Remix. Oh boy. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. Larger words, words, words. Can't see the images because of all this text. If someone could just get rid of the text, maybe then I could see what the game is about. God, there is a lot of words. Green light. In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Nice. Well done. Ooh. Warzone. Pew, 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 pew. It's very Tron. Okay, alright. Groovy. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it, it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpret it as making fun of people who liked shooters, which was not our intention. Okay, alright. No, that's smart. That's very, very smart. You pulled the plug on that because it communicated a message that you were not attempting to deliver. That's smart. Lounge. Oh, the beautiful lounge. We've been there so often. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's counting down. Okay, here we go. We got there. Alright. The apartment timer. In the previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Really? Really? So, I'm really curious now. But if I don't pick up the timer... Oh, there's so many options. Or pick up the phone, that's what I meant. The cargo lift was... Okay. Yeah, we did that. We did that. We definitely fell to our death. I'm a little lost in this place now. Okay, one option. Lounge. Oh, here we go. The first choice to disobey or obey. Staircase, lounge, and the maintenance hatch between it all. To confusion ending? Oh, we definitely did that. Two options. First choice, disobey, obey. One option, two options. The other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. What? I'm aghast. I'm really curious. Okay. One option. One doorway to main... Oh. Are these just how... different ways that it was conceived? Okay, 'cause I figure, like, what about this? These were just kind of initial layouts. Like, what if you go into the lounge and you hop an event and you get into the maintenance? Okay. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will repay the flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. Discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Yeah, I could see that. Like, if you disobey and you're like, oh, decision remorse, you just hop in the maintenance tunnel and you go over there. Although there is no such option for if you obey. Huh, okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's a-okay, perfectly fine. Meeting room. How nice. I'm actually getting a little lost. The game is now paused. Sure was. The escape menu. Okay. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Ah, yes. Okay. I can see that. Zending levers? These levers were originally part of the zending. The player would pull a lever, and then a narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. Ah, yes. How quality. Zending. Screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. It kind of reminds me, to some degree, of the ending we just experienced in the mind control lab. Ending model. Oh, okay. Interesting. Whoa, monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room would go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. Oh. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. Let's see. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room. Ah, mission control. I see.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Let's look at this real quick before we leave. Shoot, I haven't looked at everything. Okay. Just a few more things. Miss Narrator Woman. Office clock. I am impressed that the office clock does keep time. Boss's office. Screens from development to the boss's office. It's very imposing. Okay. Ah, chairs. Employee lounge. An early version of the underground portion of the game.
For all his button pushing. Does that sound plausible to you?
Kevin Brightening, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game.
Stanley walked over the bridge.
Uh-huh.
Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design, textbook mistake. It's the kind of thing you pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. But of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easier. For sure, we'll get him right back on track to where he was.
Goodness. I have a feeling he was actually talking to me right there. Ah, Kevin, Mr. Narrator. So genius. Well, at least his voice is like Buddha. Like Buddha to the ears. Also, don't pour butter in your ears. It doesn't sound as good as you might think. It's all kind of greasy, and then you go deaf. It's also infections. Seriously, I do not recommend butter in the ear. Butter in the mouth is different, but put it on popcorn or something, and in moderation. Let's shut this puppy off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
What?
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
I'm choosing this because in the museum there was the request to do this, and if you didn't know how to do this, it was really frustrating. So let's try it. I quit to the menu. Alright, I guess they removed that. Oh well.